Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Lamia, and today I'm going to be doing a full face Maybelline or one brand makeup tutorial, and I'm using all Maybelline products. I wanted to do one of these videos for so long. I think they look like so much fun to like try out everything in just simply like one brand and do a full face one brand. It's just so cool to me. I tried out a lot of cool things in this video that I hadn't tried out before that I definitely will be using on a daily basis from now on, because as you can see, I think it left me with a pretty awesome finish. I think that I would never be able to tell the difference between drugstore versus high-end with this makeup look. So before we get into this video, if you guys like me and you like my channel, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. I would love to have you guys here. Also, if you guys want to be notified for every time I upload a video, you can turn on my post notifications down below. It's a little bell icon, and then you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. So yeah, I think that's enough rambling. Without further ado, if you guys want to see this full face Maybelline tutorial, then please keep watching. So I typically don't do my brows on camera, but I figured today I would just do one brow for you. But eventually I will do a updated brow routine because it definitely has changed since my last one. But today we're obviously using all Maybelline products, so I'm going to be using the Maybelline Brow Precise Micro Pencil, and I've been using this for a while actually. It's kind of replaced my LA Girl brow pencil. I like both of them equally, but I do find that this one just goes on a lot smoother. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take this and do my right eyebrow. After I have the shape of my brows filled in, I'm just gonna go ahead and take my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and this is in the shade 20 Sand, and my Sephora flat eyeliner brush, and I'm just going to clean up the edges of my eyebrows. So once my eyebrows are done, I'm going to go ahead and move on to my face. So I'm going to start with the Master Prime Blur and Redness Control Primer from Maybelline. It just looks like this. It's in the black and green bottle. I've seen a lot of people talk about these primers from Maybelline, but I've never seen anybody use the Blur and Redness Control one. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this primer and put it onto my hand. And the primer just looks like this. It's just green, and I'm going to rub this in between my fingers and start to apply this. It definitely feels really lotiony. It's not really a silicone base, which is what I was expecting. I was expecting it to feel like the Maybelline Baby Skin. So I don't really think it did much for my redness. You guys can let me know what you think. But I did definitely blur my pores out a little bit, and my face definitely looks a little bit mattified. So I'm just gonna go in next with my Maybelline Fit Me foundation. It's in the shade 220 Natural Beige. I haven't tanned in a while, so this might be a little bit dark for me. If it is, then I'll mix it in with a different Maybelline foundation that I have. I love this foundation. I've used it before, and it's never failed me. So this is just the Matte and Poreless. They have a dewy one as well, but I like this one, and every time I use this foundation I say that I wish it had a pump on it. That's the only thing that I don't like about this foundation, but otherwise I do think it's a really nice foundation. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply this all over my face. I think that the foundation definitely looks super nice on top of the primer. I think it looks better than usual combined with this primer, to be honest. I mean, it kind of matches my arm too. Okay, so now that my face is way too dark, I'm gonna go ahead and pray that this concealer is light enough for my under eyes. I got this in the shade 120 Light Pale. I used to love this concealer so much. It's so creamy and so hydrating underneath your eyes. And I haven't tried it in a while, and while I do love my Maybelline Fit Me, I did want to try something different for you guys to give you guys options. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take the Maybelline Age Rewind concealer and pray that it is light enough for my under eyes. I think I heard someone once say this was comparable to Sharp Tape Shape. I think I heard someone once say this was comparable to Tarte Shape Tape, but I haven't tried it like since I got my Tarte Shape Tape, and I feel like this is a much lighter consistency than Tarte Shape Tape and a lot more hydrating. But maybe the coverage, it's been a while, so I don't really remember. But I'm just gonna start out with this first and blend this in with my beauty blender. I think this blends way easier than Tarte Shape Tape, to be honest. But coverage wise, yeah, I can totally see where it's comparable. And I'm also just going to take this onto my eyelids because I don't think they have an eyeshadow primer in Maybelline, so I'm just going to use this as an eyeshadow primer. I'm also going to take some of this onto my chin, on my nose, and my forehead. Yeah, I really love this concealer. I forgot how much I liked it. And I usually have problems blending concealer in the center of my forehead like this. It usually looks super dry and takes forever for me to blend out. But with this concealer, it literally is just so nice and it doesn't look dry whatsoever. So I'm just gonna next take the Maybelline Fit Me Light Loose Finishing Powder. And I hope this is light enough for under my eyes because although it does say light, I feel like it looks like it's pretty dark. I feel like it almost could be like a powder for all over my face. I really wish they had this in a translucent color. I feel like I'm kind of like a medium skin tone. I feel like it looks like my skin tone, but I'm just gonna go ahead and try and set my under eyes with this. It looks so dark, I'm so terrified. I'm gonna try and set like my smile lines first just to see how dark this ends up. It looks so dark. I'm gonna flip. Yeah, no, this is too dark for my under eyes. So I'm gonna set my face with this and then I have to figure something else out. But I love the way it's making my face look. Like my face looks so airbrushed. I'm gonna look back at this footage and be like, what the heck was I thinking? It's so dark. I really think that the light powder looks like a medium shade. So I would go a lot lighter if you do want to use it as an under eye powder. So since it's too dark for my under eyes, I don't want to risk it. I have this Maybelline Dream Matte Powder and this is in the shade Medium, which is weird because I think it looks way lighter than the light powder. However, I do love the way it made my face look. That was just my bad, picking up too dark of a shade. So I'm gonna try and use this with my beauty blender and set my under eyes with this powder. I typically don't set my under eyes with powders like this, but I really do want to keep this whole tutorial Maybelline, so I'm just going to go ahead and set it with this powder. And I really like the way this applies with a beauty blender. I would never think to do this, but it looks so good, honestly. And I'm also going to pat in my eyes and set my eyes with this as well. So this was definitely a fail on my part, but I really do like the powder as a whole. So I'm now just going to go in with the Maybelline Master Contour palette, I guess. It's the face contouring kit and it has 3 shades in it and this little brush, which who could ever contour and whatever with this, I don't know. Anyway, so I have a contour shade, a blush shade, and a highlight shade. So I'm not going to be using the highlight in this palette just because I picked up a different one, but I am going to be using this contour and this blush. So I'm going to take this contour right here onto my Morphe M523 and I'm going to contour my face with it. It's definitely super pigmented, a little too pigmented. Honestly, this video should be called How to Fake a Tan. I definitely think that this is a little bit warm for my liking. I typically don't use contours that are this warm. I mean, it's not bad. I think I just went in with a little bit too much. I definitely be careful with how much of this stuff you pick up because it's super pigmented, as you can see. But it blends really nicely. I really like how it looks on my forehead. I feel like this looks like more of like an overall bronzer color that I would use than a contour shade. Now I'm just taking my Morphe M527 and I'm gonna use this to just blend it out a little bit and then I'm going to take some of it down onto my neck. I remember Kim Kardashian saying that she puts it down the center of her neck, so I've been doing that like ever since. It honestly looks so good in person. I don't know if the camera is making me look orange, but I just went into my bathroom lighting and I think I look pretty flawless. I'm kind of scared to use this as a nose contour because it is super dark and pigmented, but I'm gonna go ahead and try it anyway. also super warm for a nose contour in my opinion, but I might like it, so we'll see. It's so dark. I'm just gonna go ahead and pat this in with my beauty blender because it's so harsh. Okay, so that's about as good as it's gonna get for my nose contour, I'm thinking. But I'm just gonna go ahead and try out this blush. It is super shimmery, which I usually wouldn't gravitate towards. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take this onto my Morphe MB4 and put this on the apples of my cheeks and kind of blend it into my contour. I think it's pretty, it's not too intense. So I'm gonna move away from my face and I'm going to start on my eyes. I have two palettes from Maybelline. I have this one, which I already had with me, which is the 24 Karat Nudes palette. And I tried this in my full face drugstore video. I honestly hated it. I feel like it has no pigmentation. So I picked up the City Mini palette by Shayla, which I'm super excited to try out because I heard really great things about this palette. And it definitely screams fall vibes to me. I love these shades in this palette. I think they go really nicely together. So I'm gonna go ahead and start out with this matte nudish white shade right here. And I'm just gonna put this all over my eye just to kind of set everything. Use this as a base. So after I have that down as a base, I'm just gonna go into this maroonish, brownish matte shade right here. And I'm gonna put this all into my crease and into my inner corner and outer corner. Super blendable. And it's pigmented, but it's not like crazily pigmented to where you can't get like control over it. I've found that shadows can be too pigmented because if they're too pigmented, then you kind of just have a hard time blending them out because it lays down so much color off the bat. I like to have a pigmented shadow, but I like to have a buildable pigmented shadow, if that makes sense. I really wish I had like some kind of orange transition shade. Funny story, Shayla was actually literally in my city yesterday. I just thought about that and I'm using her palette. She Snapchatted that she was in my city and I didn't find out until today, and she was literally like 3 miles away from me and I had no idea until now, and now she's not even here anymore. So I'm gonna move away from this brush. By the way, this was the E23. I don't know if I mentioned that. And I'm gonna go in with my Morphe M433 and pick up that same reddish brownish shade and put this more directly into my crease and really pack it onto my outer V and my inner corner. Also, if you guys have any recommendations for any Halloween tutorials that you guys want this year, definitely send them my way. You can send them to me on Snapchat. I always have my socials linked. So once that color is laid down, I'm gonna go in and take this pinky shade right here, and I'm gonna put this on the outer and inner part, but a little bit closer into the center than I took that red shade. So now I want to go in with one of these shimmery gold shades. I'm going to swatch both of them just to see which one I'm feeling. They're both super pigmented, which is so awesome because these were not pigmented at all. But I definitely think I want to take this lighter gold shade right here, and I'm just going to go in with my finger, honestly, because I have my acrylics off, so I can do that. And then I'll blend it in with a brush later. And then once I have that laid down in the center of my lid, I'm just going to take my Morphe M433 again and just go in and blend the edges. Now I'm just going to take that white shade again and I'm going to put this underneath my brow bone and kind of on the edges of the crease shade just to kind of blend it out and diffuse it. Now that the eyeshadow is done on the top part of my lid, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Curvitude liner, and I heard that this liner is super duper black, so I'm really excited to try it. It just has a felt tip and this is the tip of it. It's super sharp and tiny and precise, which I love. So I'm just gonna go ahead and create a wing on both sides. If I'm like all the way down in my mirror, please excuse me. I'm kind of afraid of this tip, but we're gonna see how it goes. I love how thin the point is on this eyeliner. I don't think I've ever had an eyeliner with this thin of a point, and it makes it super easy. And honestly, the angle on it definitely helped me more than harmed me. I think that looks pretty good, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. I don't think it's that extraordinarily black. I think it's just as black as my Tartiste Double Take liner, maybe even a little bit less. So now I'm just gonna go in and curl my lashes, and then I'm going to be applying my Maybelline Lash Sensational mascara. I totally forgot after I curled my lashes, because I don't usually put a brow gel in my eyebrows until recently. I actually got this in my BeautyCon bag. It's the Maybelline Brow Precise. It's just a brow gel, but it's a tinted brow gel. This came in my BeautyCon bag, like I said, so they didn't know like who was gonna get it, what shade their brows would be. So this is just in the shade Soft Brown, but I've been liking it anyway just to kind of tame my brows, and I like how it lightens the front of my brows. So I'm just going to brush this through very gently. Okay, so now that my brows are officially complete, I'm gonna go in, like I said, with this Maybelline Lash Sensational mascara. So you could totally just leave the mascara like this. However, I'm definitely a fake lash gal. And since Maybelline has not came out with any eyelashes, I'm gonna go ahead and use my Lily lashes. Like I said, you absolutely don't have to do this, but this will be the only thing in this tutorial that isn't Maybelline. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply these. These are the Lily lashes in the style Mykonos. I'm gonna go back into the City Mini palette by Shayla, and I'm going to take that reddish brown shade onto my Sigma E15, and I'm going to put this underneath my lower lash line. Since I don't have a black pencil liner from Maybelline, I'm going to take this shadow, this black shadow in the Shayla palette, and I'm going to put this into my bottom waterline. I definitely would recommend using a black liner on your waterline because a lot of shadow does get into your eye. But since I don't have any and I'm keeping this strictly Maybelline, I'm just going to use this black eyeshadow. Then I'm just going to take my Maybelline Lash Sensational mascara again and put this on my bottom lashes. So now I'm super excited for this part. I'm going to be going in with the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter. This is in the shade 100 Molten Gold, and I've heard such amazing things about this highlighter. I hear it's comparable to many high-end highlighters, so I'm super excited to try it. So I'm just going to take this onto my Morphe M310 fan brush, and I'm going to apply this to my cheekbones and on the bridge of my nose, etc. If I don't find that it's vibrant enough, then I will spray it with a setting spray just to make it a little bit more intense. But I'm just going to try it with a dry brush first. Then I'm going to take it onto my Morphe M170-4, and I'm going to make an exclamation point on my nose, and I'm also going to put some on my Cupid's bow. I also want to take some of this onto my inner corner just to kind of brighten my eyes a little bit. And lastly, for lips, I'm going to be taking my Maybelline Color Sensational Shaping Lip Liner. This one's in the shade 105 Nude Whisper. And the Maybelline Vivid Hot Lacquer, and this is in the shade Unreal. Oh my god, it's so opaque. Holy cow. It smells so good. It smells like frosting. This reminds me a lot of the not KKW, the Kylie Cosmetics Exposed Lip Gloss. And to set this look into place so it lasts all day, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Master Fix Wear Boosting Setting Spray. So this is the final result using all Maybelline products. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't think there was one thing that I didn't like. The only thing that I didn't like was the translucent powder, just for the sole fact that I probably didn't pick a shade that would work well for my under eyes, but I'm still pretty confused on how this is light because I feel like it looks like a medium powder, but if I would have just gotten a lighter shade, I'm sure I would have liked it just fine. And the other thing that I wasn't too big of a fan of was the contour in this palette. I just typically wouldn't go for this contour. I still think it looks really nice, but it's just not the shade of contour that I typically gravitate towards. So overall, I definitely was pleased with basically everything in this video. I'm not really that shocked because Drugstore has definitely been stepping up their game lately and coming for those high-end brands head on. And also, Maybelline products are just always so great and have such high quality for Drugstore, in my opinion. I think this video just goes to show that you do not need to go out and buy very expensive products to receive a good outcome. I think that these products look just as well as any high-end product that I have. I would never be able to tell a difference if somebody did my makeup with the products that I would typically use that are high-end versus this. It basically looks the same to me, and it's such great quality, and it came out really nicely. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like when I do one brand tutorials like these, then definitely give this video a thumbs up, and let me know down below what other one brand makeup tutorials you want me to do. I definitely want to do NYX and e.l.f. next because this was a lot of fun, and I loved trying out a bunch of products that I've never tried before. Thank you guys so much for watching again. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys next time.